Good morning, good morning, good morning. I promised that in 2026 I'd be more authentic about who I am and what I represent, especially if I'm posting something online. And I wanted to share with y'all that for a long time I struggled with contentment, and I'm so grateful that God has put me in a place of contentment. But it took work. And I don't know if anyone else struggles with being content, but I wanted to share some things. A couple of years ago, I felt myself depleted. I felt like I was at my wit's end. I felt exhausted, and I decided that I was going to start going to therapy to understand why I was never satisfied. For those of you that know me, you know that I am outgoing. I consider myself to be confident. I feel like I'm rooted in God. And I just remember, like, God, this can't be my life. Why am I like this? Like, I wanted to understand, why was I never satisfied? And after going to therapy, I realized that deep rooted down in the child Lauren, the little girl Lauren, I didn't feel like I was enough. So, like, we talked through how when I was in school, I wanted to always be in some type of organization, as far as like being in student council and stuff and being a leader. And I always wanted to prove that I could be something of use to somebody. And I remember, like, once I finished school, then I wanted to be, in leadership in some kind of capacity on my job. So I went for management positions, and management was not enough. I needed to be a senior manager. And once I got to a senior manager, that wasn't enough. I needed to be a director. And once I got to a director, I was like, I need to be a senior director. I got elected to be, in different offices and different organizations outside of work. And I couldn't just be on a committee. I needed to be the chair of the committee. And if I'm the chair of the committee, I didn't want to be a vice chair. I wanted to be the actual chair. Like, it just was never enough. And I'm like, God, I don't want to operate like this. And I finally understood that the reason why I was doing that was because I was trying to find worth in all the things and not in God. And once I understood my worth in God, I became content. I realized that if God thinks I'm enough, I'm enough. And it freed me. And so I want to share that with y'all. Anyone that's struggling with contentment, you are enough in God. If God said you were enough, you are enough. You don't have to prove anything to anybody. You don't have to prove your love. You are enough. All right. So hope that you're living on purpose and walking in purpose, because we all have one. And it's not to deplete ourselves or exhaust ourselves. It's to be content, but not complacent, and trust that God has what's best for us. And if we follow His will and His way, our life will be full and abundant.